Hi Sagittarius, my name is Cam. Welcome to my channel. So today for your meditative session, what I got was Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. 29 breaking into an 11. I think that they're trying to work with you to see something, like, again, through a different perspective. I'm seeing like the stripes here as like not everything is black and white. You know what I mean? You know when they say like not everything is black and white, there's like gray. I think that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like there's many perspectives to something. Not everything is, oh, this is black and this is white and that's it. There could be many other ways to see something, and I think your whole life, or the way that you look at a certain situation, particularly like whatever the situation is, you see it as night and like that's it, like it's my perspective, that's the way I see it. And they're trying to tell you there's many other ways to look at this, maybe from another person's perspective, maybe from our perspective, from, you know what I mean? Everyone has their opinion and it doesn't make their perspective wrong, right? So that's what I'm getting for your meditative session, Sagittarius. Let's pull some cards and see what we get. So Sagittarius, I see the reason that you need to change your perspective on something is because I think this perspective that you have, like once you see the bigger picture, see that there's other views on the situation, it's going to help you begin a new, like there will be a new beginning in love. I feel like that is why they're trying to show you that there are other ways of viewing a situation, because I feel like there's definitely another perspective, and once you take that into account, that just starts a new beginning for you. I think someone is very open and receptive to you, and it could also be like you starting to be open and perceptive to someone else because of this change in your perspective. But yeah, there's definitely a new beginning, but that new beginning comes when you start to see things differently. And once you take into, I feel like this is taking into account someone else's views. Once you see like where they're coming from, what their opinion is, you'll start to understand why things were the way they were, and this will lead to a new beginning for you. And I feel like it could be you being receptive to someone that you might not have been receptive to before because of the way that you viewed them. But like spirit is trying to change your perspective on a certain situation so that you can have this new beginning in love. It could be with someone else, it could be with someone different. It doesn't matter who the person is. I mean, it's just a new beginning in love once you change your ideals. For some of you, this could be a new person, and for some of you, this could be an old person. It's based on your own experience, right? Your own reality, present day. Yeah, I think this is spirit speaking to you. I think this is spirit like trying to tell you that this new beginning in love starts, like it will be a new beginning in love based on the change that you make in your view. I see a lot of purple and orange. So I'm thinking, you know, your crown chakra, sacral chakra. I think this has a lot to do with like Spirit working on you so that you can understand that this new beginning in love starts with you. It starts with the way that you view things. I feel like maybe you're waiting or expecting someone else to kind of come and make moves for you. And I think part of it is saying that it comes through you. This love, this new beginning in love starts with you. It starts with the change in your perspective. Maybe you've been getting a lot of guidance, and it's like once you take the guidance once you start understanding it, because like you can get a lot of guidance and not really understand it, and it could just kind of be bombarding you at one point, and then as soon as you kind of change your perspective, it's like the way that we see synchronicities. Sometimes we can't see it, so they'll be bombarding us with numbers like, oh, you're seeing 222 every day. It doesn't mean anything to me until I switch my perspective, and I'm like, wait, why am I seeing 222 every day? For some people it can mean nothing, and for some people it can mean everything, right? So it's like kind of the same thing with you. It's like if once you change your perspective, the new beginning in love looks different to you, right? And it's like the only way to kind of receive it is once you're open to it, right? Because like once I start seeing 222 and I keep asking Spirit for more messages, like, oh, can you guys, keep sending me messages, I'll always see them, right? It's not something I can turn off. But you know what I mean? It's something you have to choose to willingly see. It can mean nothing to someone and everything to someone else, right? So that's how I'm seeing this. It's like the way that you change your perspective changes your view on everything. And that's what leads to this new beginning in love. That's what leads, you have two aces here. A new beginning, and I feel like it is in love. Maybe this new beginning involves speaking, because we do have the Queen of Air and the Ace of Cups. So it's like speaking about your emotions. Maybe that's like the perspective is like, well, I have to approach this person. I can't keep like waiting. I have to like change the way that I am. Meaning like if I want something, I have to go for it and stop being like passive about it. I have to be proactive. So that could be another change that you're making. It's definitely some sort of change that you're making. It could be like in your perspectives, but also the way that you do certain actions, right? Like the way that you approach a relationship. Instead of being passive, you're more proactive about it. That's what I want to say. Yeah, see here again, I'm getting like the sacral and the crown. Like I'm getting a lot of purple and orange. Maybe those are two chakras that you would want to like work on at this time. I think maybe like the change in perspective can come when you open up the blockage, and maybe the blockage is in your sacral chakra. Maybe, this had to do with someone that you were in a relationship with. I do think that people underestimate the exchange of energy when they're, with someone else. I would just say, like, if you need to do some sort of cleansing, I would do it. For women, I know it involves like sitting on something. I think I know it sounds so wrong. Sitting, like they create like a little toilet for you, and like you sit on it, and it's like full of herbs and stuff, and it cleanses you. I don't know what for men it would be. I feel like this could be for a man though too. Like I think it's important for you guys to learn to like how to cleanse yourself, right? Like start anew, unblock that chakra, right? The orange, the sacral. I feel like this change in perspective, this has a lot to do with like a childhood womb that you had, or like leaving your childhood home. There's something about like childhood here. I usually see this as like healing energy to like whatever childhood trauma you had in your life. And I feel like that could be a message for some of you. Some of you have had to kind of work on your inner child, there's levels to this, right? There's levels to healing, and there's, our feminine, our masculine, our inner child. And I feel like this has been neglected for a long time, and that's what you've had to work on healing that so that this could come in. This could be a reason why it's so hard for you to see things a different way. Like there can be a very controlling energy, a very stubborn energy, and that's because there could have been some trauma in your life that you haven't really worked out. And I feel like with the Three of Wands, I think that it could be two things. It could be like you always left it. You left it for another time. You kept saying, oh, you know what I mean? Like when you choose to not see something, it's like a Freud protective complex. So you know what I mean? Like Freud has, oh my God, I think there's like 12 ways that we protect ourselves, and one of them is like denial. One of them is like switching the scenario in your head completely to protect yourself. There's so many. I'll put a link or something, but yeah, I think that's something that you did, where it's like you ignored it, and it was only to protect yourself from the pain that you felt in this past situation as a child. There could have been something that happened to you as a child, and I think that you always used to like overlook it or say it wasn't anything, or I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to think about it, it's like very painful for you, so you avoid healing it. But the only way we can become like fully in union with ourselves, do you know what I'm saying? The only way we can receive the love that's meant for us is when we heal. You know what I mean? When we heal that part of ourselves, it's like, don't neglect it, don't change like what occurred, don't make it into nothing. If it affected you, then you need to take a look at it. And I think that's could be like the change that's needed, or the change that you have made, or that was one of the problems with you receiving like these two aces. It was a lot of that trauma. Yeah, I see somehow this is like connected. Do you see how like the colors match? It's just so beautiful, guys. It's like make your dreams a reality. The spider weaving something new, right? And it has something to do with your heart, like the Ace of Cups. I don't know. It's just so beautiful. Anyway, with the child, it's like something that you want to correct in your past, something that you want to take a look at now. Maybe you've taken a look at it and it's caused some sort of healing in your life, and that's opened up so many things for you. And I think this distortion of like why you weren't able to see, or this sort of control or whatever, it led to your ego kind of growing, and you didn't understand why your ego was kind of like, you know, when we walk away from things, or the way we act sometimes that we're not so proud of, it's like, how in that time was I able to, why would I act that way at that time? I can't believe I did this. And you know what I mean? It's kind of like a regret. It's like, wow, I can't believe that I did some of the things that I did in my past. And I think you're gaining knowledge on why those things happened to you, like why you acted in the ways that you did, that you can't really understand. You're like, I would never do that today, but I did that then. Like, how could I do that? And it's kind of like the way that you protected yourself, right? The way that you always like protected yourself was leaving situations. Right? Because of this trauma, you chose to just leave situations. You chose to leave love. You would just kind of ghost people. I feel like this is something that you used to do because of the trauma that you had. And I think you're gaining knowledge on that. You're like, oh, I understand why I used to act in that way. I understand what happened to me. I understand that this is like some trauma that I haven't dealt with. And I think once you deal with the trauma, and like the reason why you leave situations, you know how some people just like some people leave, I don't know, like it's something about leaving. Like, so you always leave situations when you're scared, or you always leave a situation before you get hurt. It's like leaving love, leaving people behind, and it's really painful. I know that I feel like you've left a lot of people behind. It's not only situations, it's not only jobs, it's like people. Like you're leaving them behind as you go, and you're leaving them not better, but worse. And it's like, I think you're gaining knowledge on why it was that you acted in the way that you did. But because of this dealing of this trauma, I don't want to keep saying trauma, but this problem that you had, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be something like really dramatic. It could just be something that you've been dealing with your entire life, and it's left you to act in a certain way, which you inwardly are not on that level anymore. So now you're not going to be reflecting that anymore, but that's how you were in the past. And now you have a new beginning, a new chance for love, a new way of thinking, a new way of being expressive of yourself, maybe not leaving situations anymore, but trying to work through them. You know what I mean? Like understanding where it was that that behavior came from and moving on towards something better, a better you. And a better you will reflect that. And you'll reflect that better lifestyle in your 3D reality because of who you are inside. So it's like such a congratulations for working through this, changing your perspective, seeing like where it was that things went wrong, seeing your part in things. Maybe like you were guilting like everything on someone else, on like, oh, well, I left because it was them. But it was like, no, was it actually sometimes you too? Yeah, I think this is like once you're, I know this is like a weird way to say it, but I think this is like your sacral chakra once you decide to like heal it. Do you see how it's like flowing? It's no longer blocked. It's something that you've healed. And with 7, it's like a divine, I feel like the divine is helping you with this. Yeah, I think just healing this is going to help bring balance to your life. Healing this is going to help you be more receptive to energy, more receptive to the guidance that Spirit has for you, more receptive because you've changed. And I feel like it might surprise you the things that start to come for you once you've made this change. It's going to surprise you how, I want to say quickly things are moving, because I have the wand here. So it's like how quickly things, once you change your perspective, once you kind of heal, once you have realized where your ego led you astray, why it was that you acted in the way you did, you become like, this is the sacral chakra kind of opening up and creating like the block will no longer be there, and it will rise all the way to your, I want to say crown chakra. Like it will go, like you'll start to feel the energy flow. I don't know. I'm feeling something like that. Like this is your sacral chakra. And once it's unblocked, this is what it looks like. It becomes fluid. It's like the blockage isn't there anymore. And you're receptive again to the things that you might have let go in your life in the past because of the trauma that you had. Okay, so Sagittarius, this was a very beautiful reading. Let's see what advice I can get for you. We already have see the big picture. So we have Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. So Joan of Arc fell out, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. There's something about being protected at this time. There's something about having like the divine with you at this time. I think that's the most powerful thing I can get from this. With Spirit has your back, and also the angels armor me with conviction. It's like you're very protected at this time. You're not alone. Like you haven't been alone, and I don't know where it is that you're going, what it is that you have, whatever change it is that you need to make in your life, because you come to this sort of knowledge about who you've been, and maybe like the 3D reality doesn't resonate with you anymore. So you're making moves, and I feel like those moves are being orchestrated by Spirit. Like they want you to kind of move forward in whatever direction it is you're going, and know that you're protected, and like they're behind you on the path that you're choosing now for yourself. yeah, I feel like this healing involves you resolve some issue, and it's like you have faith in yourself again. Like maybe you never had, maybe there was something about having faith in yourself in situations, and it's like now you finally come into the understanding, like you do believe in yourself. And I always see something with May in this card, so something can be happening in May, like right now at this present time, or something could have happened in May to you, I don't know, but there's something about May here. Yeah, just know that you're very protected at this time, and wherever you choose to go, Spirit will always be behind you. And not like just, I feel like there's like an army behind you. Like wherever it is that you're deciding to go, you will be like protected on the way. Like nothing will stop you. And if I feel like there's something about protection here. So yeah, if you feel like you need to be protected, just ask them and they'll help you. I don't know, it got kind of weird there. Anyway, Sagittarius, I love you guys. I hope that this message resonated with somebody. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.